Hi, my name is Chase Savage, and welcome to the Switch podcast. Today we have one of the actors from The Switch. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, where am I looking? Am I looking anywhere? Here.
Um, I mean, you can look there. You can just look at we can just like face each
Yeah, yeah.
other. I was just facing it for the intro, so
Awesome, awesome. Hi, my name is Jamie Lentz, and I played daughter number two in The Switch.
okay. Can you tell me like a little bit about your character, about daughter number two?
Mhm. Yeah, so daughter number two is the youngest, obviously, of the two daughters. The youngest in the whole family. There's a brother and then two daughters, and I'm the baby of the family. My character is really interesting. She's in high school and she has diabetes, which is sort of like a big plot point in the film. When things sort of go awry and go wrong, keeping her medication still livable for her to use is a really big deal, as well as like the financials and the insurance that goes into like getting what I need in order to like live my life to the fullest and in the healthiest way possible. So it's yeah, her character definitely is a very big part of sort of the whole theme of what the film is about. And but yeah, she's very sweet, she's very cool. You can definitely tell that she has traits that portray her as, like, being the baby of the family, but she's very
Yeah,
she's very mature as well. A very, like, teasing, sarcastic personality, so she's awesome.
yeah. She kind of, or like, I don't know. How did you like prepare? Like,
Yeah.
because I don't know. Like like in high school, like I did like a play or two when
Mhm.
I was trying to like get myself out of my shell and everything, but like
Right.
I didn't take like a major role or anything. I was like, I'm gonna take like whatever is
Right.
like has the least amount of lines, but like has some lines so I can
Yeah.
prepare for it. So like what do you do to like prepare for that?
Gosh, honestly, like, when people ask me that about anything, I never really know what to say because I I sort of just, like honestly, like, I sort of just, like I, like, mess around with, like, my character and the analyzation that goes into it and sort of improvising with it until it's something that I feel confident in or it's something that I feel like I'm well prepared in. But yeah, I mean, I've been doing acting for a really long time, in the process of, like, getting ready for different characters or depending on what the role or the show is and what it demands from me has always been, like, drastically different.
Yeah.
But it's always kept in the same realm of, like, I do my research. I talked to the director. Tommy was great at giving us like a bunch of hints and clues as to like what he's wanting to see from it and what we should be portraying as characters and the themes that should be coming, like that audience members should be getting away from this. So I did a lot of research. It also helps that the other actors in the show I'm like, or in the movie, I'm very close with and I've worked with multiple times. Um,
Yeah.
so it was also like talking with them and sort of just having a debrief about like where this is gonna go. And I remember a few times when we were shooting it, like right before um, we would start rolling, we would sort of just do like some improv with each other just to like make
Uh-huh.
sure we know what's happening and just get more into it in our bodies and in our voices. But yeah, for this specifically, I just wanted to make sure that I understood what we were trying to evoke and the emotions that we were wanting the audience members to feel while watching it, and sort of just getting
Mhm.
into that mindset. But yeah, that was pretty much it.
Yeah, and oh man, I remember on the set, like honestly, yeah, you guys did look like very, I don't know, comfortable with each other, and
Mhm.
like I think it definitely made it made things easier like on set, and I'd say like offset as well.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I don't know, like it was a very like fun like production. I haven't done very many
Mhm.
productions before. Honestly, this is like my first one making like a short film for
Yeah.
time, but regardless, like I think it was an amazing first experience for sure. You
Good.
guys definitely helped out a lot with that. With like definitely like knowing what you guys are doing and I don't know, not being like too like rigid in a
Mhm.
way. Ah, but it was so hot.
Yeah, yeah,
It
no,
was
it was.
so hot.
It was toasty in that room. But, yeah, I think that was honestly, like, my favorite part about the whole experience was that everything was
Really.
so flexible, not the hotness.
I was gonna
The
say, I was
temperature
gonna like
was not my
really like
favorite part. The temperature was probably my least favorite part, but,
that would
like
be a hot take.
yeah. But, like, the flexibility of the whole production was probably my favorite part. I've been on different, like, sets before, whether it's, like, in a rehearsal room for theater or for film and television, and,
Mhm.
like, everyone is so for lack of a better word, like, I'm not trying to diss on anyone, but, like, I've been in rooms where,
Yeah,
like, everyone is just so stuck up and, like, so, like, "We need to do this, and we need to do this, we need to do this," which is great, you need to have people like that. But I think,
yeah,
like, having a really, like, social, friendly, like, comfortable environment definitely, like, can make or break something like this, and
yeah,
everyone was so flexible with each other, and everyone was so kind, and everyone was making sure that everyone had what they needed in order to, like, do their job and, do it in, like, a healthy way. Um, so that was definitely my favorite part of it, and it's what made I mean, it was a long day, and it was hot, like you said, so, like, having everyone that was, like, just so supportive of everyone in the room definitely, like, not only made it go by, like, faster and not in a bad way, but, like, it definitely made it a really, really good experience.
yeah, and especially like I'm not gonna lie, my favorite moment was whenever we got to eat.
Yeah, low key? Yeah, low key, high key, yeah. Yeah.
When Kennedy brought the popsicles,
Oh, peak.
oh my
Peak.
gosh.
Peak moment.
And the pizza was good
It was
as
fire.
well.
Yeah.
We got some Papa John's and everything.
I mean, even the food that was cooked for us,
Yeah,
you know,
how was that? Was it
it
like
was low key
really good?
good, yeah, like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I mean, like, I wouldn't have to lie. I'm gonna glaze Tommy's wife for making it because, like, it was good. I was really enjoying myself. Um, yeah, that was honestly my probably my favorite scene was the fact that we got to eat. Really messed with that.
Mm,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. I wish I could have had some of that. Wish I could have had some of that food.
It was good. You should have snuck some.
Sorry, I don't really have anything else to say, but
I mean, great.
um yeah, that's kind of I just wanted to see like, you know, how you felt about everything. Oh, actually, I have one more question.
Yeah.
Like why do you like acting?
Oh god.
Why do you like theater?
Oh god. This is such a hard question. I don't wanna get, like, too, like, weird and philosophical, but, um, I started acting when I was, like, around 10 years old, and I've sort of just stuck with it, but I don't know, I mean, it's such an interesting, like, art form and such an interesting craft, to be a part of, and for me, I mean, like, this was the whole reason I got into it, and honestly, probably why I've stuck with it for so long and why I'm wanting to, like, make it my whole career and why I go to school for it. But
Mhm.
I don't know, I think it does a really, really good job at, like, providing, like, an escape and for lack of, like, a better word, like, an alternate, like, reality to, like, what life is and what you're experiencing. Um for audience members and for those who are doing it. And so when I was growing up, I always used like media. Like I would always watch things, whether it was theatrically or um, on like my screen. And I remember always like watching things when I was younger, being like, I want to do that because like the way I feel like watching this right now is like it opens up so many different avenues and so many different emotions for you like psychologically. And so I was like, I want to be someone who can like do that for other people, and so that's why I got into it, and then as I was, like, doing it, I was like, "Oh, wait, I'm able, like, to unlock the same things for myself when I'm just doing that, when I'm, like, acting." Um, and
Yeah.
so aside from it just being super fun and, like, honestly being, like, such a great educational, like, tool to have for just, like, how to live life, because you learn so many different things when you're playing all these different characters and seeing all these different themes and, like, epiphanies unfold when you're, like, in a show where you're doing something like this. Aside from, like, all of that, it also just provides such a good way for me to just, like, look at things differently and, like,
Yeah.
learn about, like, my own life and, like, just humans in general and life in general through, like, the lens of, like, someone else's writing. So that's why I love it, but it also just is really fun. Like baseline, it's just really fun and exciting.
Yeah, because I think when it comes to like I don't even know how to like say this, but when it comes to like stories in general, like there's really a lot you can learn. You can learn like from the way like the actors act out a scene or
Mhm.
from like I don't know, the way it's written
Mhm.
and like taking like the overall themes like and you can I don't know, you can really like gain like perspectives on the world that you
Yeah,
just haven't
yeah.
that you like wouldn't know otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, that's, like, my favorite part about, like, media in general and, like, the film and television and then, like, the theater industry is, like, you watch something or you're doing it, like, as an actor or, like, as a tech person, and
Mhm.
you I don't know, you can just, like, see everything, like I said, from a different lens, and there's something so, like, creative about it and inspiring about it, and then, like, on the flip side of things, like, not being an audience member, like, being the one who's doing it, there's something so, like, fulfilling about that, and like I said, it's just such, like it's so educational. Um, there's been many, many times where, like, I've been in a show or in a production or I've played a role where I'm like, I really, really relate to this. And it's ended up like giving me like a new way to like approach like my own personal like life and problems. Just because like I learned something like for that through what I was doing in an acting perspective. So it's definitely like, and when those moments happen, it's like my favorite because I'm like, it all relates back to like real life. I mean, anyone can connect with like a piece of art that like is personal to them and it will be a completely different interpretation from the person who's like next to you watching it, which is like the most exciting thing about it.
Yeah. Would you say like I don't know, because like you say you have like learned a lot of things from like previous productions. Would you say like the switch like you've learned I guess anything or any like lessons that you
Yeah, I mean, it's such like a family-oriented show, and I think like
Mhm.
the biggest eye-opening thing and like the biggest perspective that I think I took away from it and that like other people hopefully will take away from it as well is like just like the economic political situation of like the world and life and how like upsetting it is and like the way that it's filmed and like the realism and the naturalism of it all, it genuinely makes it feel like this is a real family that's going through this. And for me, when we were doing it, I was like, it's so normalized. This is so crazy. But it's one of those eye-opening things where it's like, this is very normal for like half of our population. You know what I mean? Like this is something that like people are going through like currently in this moment where it's like they don't have the money to pay their bills. Um, people aren't being as lenient with them as they probably should be. There's not enough like healthcare, stuff like that, like with the diabetes and the medication.
Yeah.
Um, it's a lot of that stuff. And then it's a lot of like the generational trauma of like not having that income and not being able and not like having that like heartbreaking feeling of like I'm not able to support my family. How does this affect my children? And then the children having to like deal with their parents feeling like that and how do they navigate that? So there's that, but it's also just the fact of like it's so eye opening to think about the fact that this is a normal and this is like an average day for so many like families out there.
Um, ah man. That was you know,
Sort of sad, yeah.
yeah, that was like
Breaking a
that was
little
probably
bit.
like a really sad ending to
Yeah,
the
low key brought down the
podcast.
but, like,
But
to bring it back up, it was great, and it's gonna be awesome, and I'm super, super excited about it.
uh yeah, no, thank you so much for coming and talking.
Of course, of course.
You're the first one, so
Boom.
congratulations on that.
Thank you. I'll take it
Uh,
as an accomplishment.
you can like brag about it to
Oh, I to Elijah?
everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll brag about that.
100%. 100%. This is The Switch signing off. Thank you so much.